All right, here we go. Having to take a break for basketball so I can discuss my diehard team, the Tennessee Titans. And as a Titans fan, I really don't know what the hell to think right now. Like, I know, bro, it's been a rough 3 years for us, and it honestly don't seem like it's gonna get any better. And I'm not just saying this because we 0-3. I'm saying this because it's like, what the hell direction are we going in when it comes down to us moving forward as a Tennessee Titans organization? Like, we got this hype. This is the most hype we've had in the offseason in a very, very long time. And for some reason, we're not doing nothing with it. Like, to me, as a Titans fan and as a faithful Titans fan, like, I want to have faith. But after seeing today, it's like reality is kind of sitting in. And the reality of it is we are a 0-3 team. And we played the Packers today. And my mind is all over the place when it comes down to this Packers game, just because of the fact that how do you even expect good things going forward? Like, considering week after week we give the ball away on offense and they score points. Week after week, we getting a defensive touchdown pretty much. Whether it's a punt block, whether it's a pick six or a fumble six or something, we giving the ball away for points. And that frustrates the hell out of me because, number one, when Malik Willis was here, we made Malik Willis look like one of the scapegoats for the Titans' problems. Oh, Malik Willis is just not a starting quarterback. I've heard people say Malik Willis just won't be a good quarterback in the NFL. And I've said that. But also, I noticed that by the end of training camp, Malik Willis was a total different quarterback than when we first got him. And my question is, how does Malik Willis, a quarterback who we gave up on, look better than a quarterback who we committed to? And this is 2 weeks in a row. Like, oh, you might say last week was a fluke. This week, was it a fluke too? Or is it Matt LaFleur doing a hell of a job keeping it simple for him? And I think that's the problem that we're having with Will Levis. Like, I understand he turns the ball over at a crazy rate. He makes some bonehead plays, but maybe Brian Callahan is committed to thinking that Will Levis is Joe Burrow, and he's not that. Like, you have to script plays for him, almost micromanage what he does as a player because his decision making is just not there. And one thing I saw from Malik Willis was he was sure about his second and third reads. He rarely got to his third read, but he was definitely sure about his second read. He noticed that the Titans had a very good front line, so he didn't waste a lot of time staring down my number one read or my number one option. He go quickly to his back in space, let them make plays, or quickly to a receiver in space and let them make plays. Even though it might be a 4-yard pass. But that 4-yard pass could turn into a 12, 15-yard game. Will Levis doesn't do that. A lot of times he holds the ball in the pocket. He holding the ball so long, and then he throw it to the running back. And now the running back gets tackled immediately. And to me, it's just not making sense. At some point, you have to realize who the hell your quarterback is. And I can tell you right now, our quarterback doesn't have the IQ to go through this read, that read, that read. So we have to do a better job at play calling. We gotta stop being so damn cute with our play calls, man. All of this, fake it that way, let's run it that. No, man, keep that shit simple. We have a simple-minded quarterback. At some point, you can't keep blaming Will Levis for his decision-making. At some point, you got to say, who the hell keep letting him make these decisions? That's my point when it comes down to Will Levis. Like, credible arm talent. Well, arm strength. I wouldn't even say arm talent. Arm strength. He can make a lot of throws, but he can't make a lot of decisions. You have to micromanage this, and I think Brian Callahan has to be better at that. And I know sometimes you get optimistic on the guy you think you have or the guy that you brought up and you think, oh, I have this play for him, I have that play. It's not that, man. I just can play 12 games in the NFL. The first game he played, he threw 4 touchdowns. Yes, it was great, it's fantastic, but it wasn't a game where it was like, this is a franchise quarterback. He have yet to put together a game where people have been really, really satisfied. Like, I'm sure Will Levis is the guy. And until, like, we either move on from this, Callahan understands who the hell his quarterback is, and you have to kind of micromanage the game for him, we're going to be a shit team. And at some point, when do we start trying to try another quarterback? Go put Mason Rudolph in the game after the 5th or 6th sack and the second pick of the game. You threw 2 picks, you got sacked 8 times, you fumbled the ball. That's 3 turnovers. After maybe the 5th sack, let's get a new quarterback change in there. Because maybe it's not we understand the offensive line is bad, but maybe you need to get the ball out your hands faster. Boy, I could say a lot. And it's very, very tough for me because being a passionate fan is like, what the hell are y'all doing to us? It's like y'all kicking us in the balls every damn Sunday. Man. But I want to talk about the defense too. Like in the first half, the defense, maybe I don't know if we were surprised by, like, how can we be surprised by Malik Willis being able to create so much outside the pocket considering the fact that that's all he did with us? Damn. In the first half, our defense was pretty bad. And I just think we just didn't know what was going on. You know, Roger McCreary got beat on a long pass. Understandable. I mean, it was a good attempt. It wasn't bad. I wouldn't say it was bad defense. It was just the guy's just bigger than him. Then Malik Willis just ran wild on us. We couldn't contain him. All in all, I'll probably give our defense maybe a C. I'll give us a B minus. And I'll say a B minus because we lost by 16 points. If we take away that pick six, that's 7 points right there. We just don't turn the ball over. We take that away, that's 7 points. If Jeff Simmons don't get that penalty on the field goal, we go the other way and they don't score that touchdown. So that's 14 points right there. There's obviously a 2-point differential, but there's a difference in the game if we don't get those points put on the board. And that's pretty much every week we can look at what caused this, what caused that, and not just a total domination. So that's the only thing I can say we look forward to is that we can pinpoint points, turnovers from offense, turnovers from the other team defense would generate points on the scoreboard or for their offense. And penalties. Like, this is the first time our defense kind of let us down in a sense, but that's to be expected when we just can't get nothing going on offense. So 2 plays in the game, we can take those 2 plays away, and I can honestly say that this would have been a total different game, but I definitely think that Brian Callahan got to do a way better job of calling plays. There's no possible way that you're going to keep opening up this playbook for Will Levis, and he's just not going to make these decisions, and our offensive line is not going to block. Our goddamn right tackle is atrocious. MPF, you are bad, bro. And honestly, listening to you speak, I can't say that I can listen to that and I can feel confident that you're going to do better. Like, I have no confidence that you're going to do better at all. I have zero. To be honest with you, your demeanor, I don't know if it's a nervousness in your demeanor or if it's just like you don't know what to do. And I heard you say, you might have to do some soul searching. I probably would agree. I don't know if it's that deep to where you need to do some soul searching, but right now, you're just not a good right tackle. Like, that's just the bottom line. You're just not a good right tackle. Some of the speed is just too fast for you. You're not getting your hands in the right placement. And then we put in Jalen Duncan to come in, and he did goddamn worse. Damn. I know Sadiq Charles retired, but goddamn. Man, I'm very, very disappointed from today because not saying that the Packers wasn't a good team, but I'm tired of us beating ourselves. I'm tired of us taking our own bullet. That's what I'm tired of. Every damn Sunday we beating ourselves. I'm just tired of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm tired of it. Don't like it. And I just realistically can't see how we can move forward with Will Levis. I can say that. We need to try something else because we can talk about Will Levis all we want to talk about him. But at the same time, he's our quarterback. And since he's our quarterback, I can't see us moving forward. I just honestly can't see it. This is the first time we done went 0-3 since Jeff Fisher. And I think, what was that, the 05 season? Or, I can't remember, either 05 or 09. But it's our first time going 0-3 since Jeff Fisher. I like Brian Callahan. I really do. I think he has a brilliant mind on offense. I like our defense. Denard Wilson done doing a hell of a job on defense. I even like Rand Carthon, but we have to stop committing to a bullshit ass quarterback because that's what we have. Monday night we play against the Dolphins. We lose to the Dolphins. We might be at a crisis as a team. Losing to the Dolphins might be unacceptable. Not saying that the Dolphins is not a good team, but they don't have their quarterback. We have our quarterback. We better not lose to the Dolphins. Let's just say that. We better not lose to the Dolphins. Like they say, you would much rather correct your mistakes on the win rather than a loss, especially the 3rd one in a row. I'm having a hard time with this, man. I'm having a really, really hard time with this, but
he knew what was coming. He played the short ball. It's just I was going to the film room and just being better.
Go ahead. How does it feel being able to go out there and make those plays for Will, being that kind of safety blanket for him, and ended up with a touchdown in the game as well?
I've been doing it for 12 years. So hopefully I can continue to do it throughout the season.
After a game like this, there's going to be a lot of chatter about whether or not this team should move forward with Will as the quarterback. You know him better than most. Why should he continue to be the quarterback?
That's not a DeAndre Hopkins question, but I think Will is obviously our quarterback right now, and I love Will. So I wouldn't want anybody else out there on the field, the way that he prepares, the way he goes about his day. I love the kid, and I think he's gonna learn from his mistakes, but it's not just Will.
Right.
It's
No,
all,
definitely.
It's everybody.
Yeah.
So I don't think that there's going to be much chatter.
It's mainly Will, though.
Saying it, it's just Will. It takes 11 people.
Yeah, there'll be much chatter, but
Well, I know football, so I know that, we have to play better as receivers. We got to make plays. We got to get open faster. We got to, hold ourselves accountable.
Not everybody knows it, so that's why I'm asking you to give them that perspective.
Right.
But for you personally, what do you feel will make Levis able to bounce back and show what you're talking about as being that guy for you?
Man, just getting in the film room, but he's always in the film room. Just continue to be him. Obviously, some of those things that he made is just kind of him. He hasn't played 16 games. I don't know how many games he's played. 12.
Yeah, out of 12 games, he ain't been good.
So it's going to come with time.
When I watch something like that, I agree with DeAndre Hopkins of Will Levis not playing a full season yet. Out of them 12 games that Will Levis didn't play, you might have seen one impressive game from Will Levis. And to me, that's not enough for me to want to be out there with him every time, especially with the caliber of receiver DeAndre Hopkins is. I just can't see DeAndre Hopkins not wanting another quarterback. And I know he had a hell of a game today, but does DeAndre Hopkins' answer change if Will Levis didn't get him the ball as much as he got him the ball today? Because it's been a struggle for DeAndre Hopkins to even get on the field and to actually get the targets in the attempt. DeAndre Hopkins got off today, but Calvin Ridley was very solid with 2 targets. That's usually how it's been going. Will finds the target and they stay hot, and then the other receivers go silent. Could that be the scheme? Could that be the plays that Callahan is calling? I have no idea. It's not a well-rounded game is what I'm trying to get at. And it's easy for you to ask somebody that question like DeAndre Hopkins, considering that he had a hell of a game today. He looked like the old D-Hop, but it's easy for him to answer that question when you have a good game. But what about if he had a bad game? What if we asked him that question last week? And I know he loved Will Levis. I know this is second year with him. Probably like him personally. But realistically, I think Mason Rudolph gives DeAndre Hopkins far more catches than he's been getting. And I think Calvin Ridley is more productive with Mason Rudolph. And I just think, obviously, it's 11 guys. But at the same time, it's Will getting the ball out of his hands a lot faster. It's Will anticipating the defense a lot faster. It's Will anticipating where the defense is coming from a lot faster. That's the biggest point about Will Levis. He keeps trying to get these home run plays. And these home run plays is getting our ass knocked out the park. That's why we're losing. I get it. It's all 11 guys on both sides of the ball. But we're losing mainly because of 1 or 2 guys. It's either going to be Will Levis or it's going to be a player on the offensive line or special teams. That's why we're losing. I mean, you say what you got to say. That's well media trained by DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, what was he supposed to say? No, Will Levis need to be replaced. Probably not. But in my opinion, I think he does. I think they need to try a different strategy.
I guess disappointing. I know you were really hoping to have a bounce back, some struggles again. How do you kind of explain what's going wrong for you over the last few weeks at this point?
I don't know. I mean, this is probably the worst stretch of ball I've had, probably in like my career playing football. I only had one time back in college where, I just wasn't at my best because of whatever reasons that may be, and I got taken out like I did today for like a spell, and then I came back. But, I'm not trying to be there again. So I got to just find out what I need to do to get better, whether it's mental, physical, whatever it takes, because this is not good enough. I'm disappointed with myself. I'm disappointed with what I did for the O-line. I feel like I can play better, and I take all onus on me. There's no one else to blame except for my performance and my lack of being where I need to be the best football player.
So how do you figure out how to fix it then?
I mean, it's whatever it is. I mean, I had whatever it was in college that I was able to fix it.
No,
it
this
was a
ain't
mental
college.
thing, and I was able to power through it. And whatever I'm dealing with now is something that I got to figure out what to do. I had a great group of guys behind me back in college that helped me through that, and I feel like I have the same group of people here because it's just not good enough, and I'm disappointed with myself. But they're going to raise me the way that I feel like I should have been able to raise up to the O-line to help them play better, to help our team play better. So those are the things that I have to do to find a way to be better.
Do you think it's your job? Should it stay your job? What do you feel about like a job standing?
I mean, I want to compete every single day. I mean, I'm never going to take this lightly. And I already told people it's NFL, so every single day is going to be a competition. I never think it's my job. I always think I have to come in and compete and be better. And I have to prove myself every single day. And right now, I need to find a way to keep proving myself and prove that I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be the guy, and I'm supposed to be playing at the best of my ability. And right now, I don't feel like I'm there right now. So it takes a big week of practice from me. A lot of soul searching, a lot of mentally locking down and just looking in within myself to find out why am I here, what am I doing, and what's wrong so I can be better.
What did the coaches say to you when they pulled you? Just kind of what was the conversation on the sideline?
I had bad technique. I had bad technique on that sack. I took full accountability for that. We talked about it as well. We looked at the film on the sideline about it. That was kind of the main thing, is that we're going to put JD in, and that was the main conversation.
JD was
there.
worse,
but it's really about the player when stuff like that happens. So it's about me looking back and saying, what was I doing wrong? Why am I not at the level I need to be at? And what do I need to do if I got back in the game that day or for next week during practice, so I can reestablish myself and make sure that I'm playing at the ability that I know I can.
NPF do his presser. I kind of feel bad for him. And the only reason why I kind of feel bad for him, because he just don't seem like a mean enough guy to play in the NFL. He doesn't give me the mindset that I'm going to be an animal next time I step on the field. He don't give me that. He gives me, I need to be worried because you playing too much up here and not enough in here. And obviously you want to have enough sense up here, but your demeanor is not good enough for me to have full confidence that you're going to come back the next time and that you're going to play a lot meaner, you're going to play a lot harder, you're going to play a lot stronger, and you're just going to be that nasty, big, nasty offensive lineman that I'm looking for. To my likings, that's just not a nasty enough offensive lineman for me. I've seen Taylor Lewan after pressers, and you can tell he was going to kick somebody's ass the next time he stepped on the field. When I seen Taylor Lewan mad as hell, I knew the next time he stepped on the field, he was going to kick somebody's ass. I knew down the stretch of 16 games or 17 games, Taylor Lewan was going to kick somebody's ass. He was going to do way more ass kicking than he got his ass kicked. Petit Frere, I just can't see that with NPF. I just cannot see him coming out the next time and kicking somebody's ass when I listen to that. I'm not going to be able to see that. Man, it's just, it's sad because it's like, I want him to do good. I just don't have no faith in him doing good. And I know Bill Callahan is a hell of an offensive line coach, but at the same time, he might not be able to fix that. Certain shit you can't fix. The way you fix it, get another player.
So we'll see what that looks like next week. At the end of the day, I've not done a good enough job. We're an 0-3 football team. I'm an 0-3 head coach. It's embarrassing and disappointing. I've got to be a lot better than I've been, and this is frustrating and unfortunate and not what I thought we were capable of to start the season. And at the end of the day, I can't continue to have turnovers like that on offense, even though we had 7 more points to another team, and they did a great job possessing the football. We only got 3 possessions in the first half, and we scored on one of them. We threw an interception for a pick 6 on the other, and the other 2 we went 3 and out. And we're not consistent enough anywhere offensively. We allowed too many explosives on defense. We still haven't got a turnover. I think we're probably going to be dead last in turnover margin by a long shot at this point, and that's going to lose you a lot of football games in the NFL. We're not good enough on either side there. We don't protect it well. We don't take it away. We had too many yards rushing. We had some tackling issues early. We settled down and then had to get in a drop back situation at the end of the game in the second half, as we didn't find much success on the ground versus good front, and 8 sacks was a result. So ultimately not good enough anyway.
So Brian Callahan talk about the defense not being good enough as far as taking the ball away. I definitely agree with that. But at the same time, our defense is solid. We do get stops. We don't let people do what they want to do to us. We definitely need more turnovers. But this ain't a defensive problem. We not at a defensive crisis. We give the ball away too many damn times to where we put the defense in a bad predicament. 90% of the time, if we turning the ball over, having 8 turnovers by one player in 3 games, like I said, I agree that we definitely need to get more turnovers. 8 turnovers by one player in 3 games, and we're gonna talk about that's gonna get us when the defense not good enough on that side of the ball. Bullshit, we getting stops despite who turning the ball over. We getting stops, but at the same time, no, don't give me that. Don't talk to me about that. About the takeaways, because that's not the crisis. The takeaways, I think, will come, and I think it'll come if we start making people being desperate. If we'll get more takeaways, if we can score more points on offense, and we can start having these teams desperate to where we know they got to throw the ball. We don't know. We playing with our goddamn head cut off on defense. We saving ass because every time we get on defense, we down, or it's a lot of pressure on us, and we can't predict what they gonna do because we in a badass position on defense. That's part of the reason why we haven't been getting takeaways these last 3 games. So no, Brian. Brian Callahan. I don't agree with you on that. Well, maybe I agree with you. I don't like that you brought that up because part of the reason why we're not getting takeaways on defense is because we're not putting enough pressure on them on offense. Like, we just not. And I agree. Ain't no way in hell we gonna be good enough if we keep giving the ball away like this at this rate. But it is embarrassing. You know, it does suck that you're 0-3 as a first-time head coach. But no, we got to stop looking at it from that point, and we got to be realistic with ourselves. And I think that's the problem that we have. We just not being realistic with who we are as an organization.
Capable of looking like that?
Malik did a nice job. I tip a cap to Malik and that offensive coaching staff. You know, we let them get into a position in the game that was beneficiary to them, and they made a couple nice throws. Malik's a very capable quarterback. I think you guys saw his improvement here over the course of training camp. He is capable, and they had him in a good spot most of the game. They didn't have to do a lot. They ran the ball well, and he made a couple big throws, which, again, every NFL quarterback should be able to make. And he did a nice job, so we didn't do a good enough job.
He's capable, but
Now, the problem that I have with what Brian Callahan said was the fact that he tried to downplay Malik Willis' game against us. Well, he did a really good job. You know, he's a capable quarterback. He made some throws that every NFL quarterback should. Newsflash. No, Malik Willis didn't turn the ball over for 2 games in a row. That's 2 games in a row that Malik Willis played quarterback and won games for his team when he got brought into a situation. He didn't go through training camp with him. So it's funny that you say that when you can say, oh, well, you know, he made some throws that every NFL quarterback should be making. Well, don't give me that bullshit when you look what Will Levis been doing when he been bowling the ball to the other team or throwing the ball to the other team and they've been scoring off of that. Don't give me that bullshit. Don't try to downplay who and what Malik Willis did. You're trying to downplay that, and it don't look good for us. It just don't look good for us. And for you to say that, this is what Malik Willis looked like. When he came into Nashville today, he looked like goddamn Mike Vick took the goddamn Green Bay Packers uniform. He looked like he wanted to show the Titans, y'all picked the wrong chump. I'm not the chump. Y'all traded away the wrong guy. That's what it looked like. You know, and all Titans fans, we were happy for Malik, but I'd have heard some people say some nasty things about Malik. Oh, Malik Willis is not this type of quarterback. Malik Willis won't be a good quarterback in the NFL. We need to start talking about Will Levis not being a good quarterback in the NFL, because that's damn sure what it looks like. All this Tim Tebow, I'm going to play hard, I just want to win, it's bullshit. You ain't been doing nothing but losing for us. And I'm tired of hearing, oh, I just want to win. I just want to win so bad. Motherfucker, you losing for us. 3 games in a row. We can arguably say 3 games in a row you lost that game for us. Arguably say that. And to me, I don't like that by Brian Callahan. Much respect to Brian Callahan, but I think you're trying to downplay how good Malik Willis played today. Credit to Matt LaFleur. He obviously did a hell of a job of putting together a good game plan for Malik Willis to be successful, but maybe Brian Callahan isn't putting together a good game plan for Will Levis to be successful. Or maybe Will Levis is just not a starting quarterback. I done had enough of this shit today. All Titans fans, I feel sorry for us. I know, we going through a rough stretch right now. Let's just try to keep faith. Let's just try to, just keep holding on. But this shit gives me a headache. Since it gives me a headache, I would like to sign off. I would say God bless y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let's get through this together. You are not alone as a Titans fan. God bless y'all. See y'all later.